This is literally for science.
Do not!
I'm warning you.
I'm saying don't do it for science. Put it on your own arm for science.
I have arms.
Yes, good sciencing.
In today's video, we are taking 3 giant gummy candies that were sent in by you and seeing what we can do with them.
Guys, we've got kits available. They contain everything that you need to use them, which is great. These are the sky balls, so it even comes with rice. You don't have to put it in the sky balls if you don't want. I guess there may be some other uses. You just pour it on your friend. That's a weird way to do it, maybe, but no. Kits available now. Click the link in the description to get yours today.
Nate. We got gummy bears.
We do. Someone sent these in from gummybearguy.com.
Yeah.
There was no name saying who sent them in, so we're not entirely sure what exactly the source of these is.
All we know is some very nice soul sent us giant gummy bears. If it was you, let us know, please, so that we can thank you, because this is awesome. Here's the basic idea. We have 2 5-pound gummies and 1 2.5-pound gummy worm. We want to see what weird things we can do with these. We've tried this in the past in the freeze dryer. Now let's see what it'll do in the Foundry. If that works, a few other things too.
So, one of these we're gonna put in the Foundry. And we're just gonna see what it takes to burn up the entire gummy bear. Maybe. We may decide that it's becoming too messy and putting up too much black smoke and the neighbors would be upset, and there's a possibility we'll have to end it early. My hope though is that we can just keep the Foundry going until it's just literally gone, like nothing left, and see how long that takes.
The other thing that we want to do is try and melt one on the stove, also in its entirety. So it has been decided our red one will be sacrificed to the stove god. I sacrifice ye to the volcano of random. Gummy bear versus the volcano.
That is burning very quickly.
Yay! Oh no, it smells like burning.
We're probably gonna leave the lid off most of the time, but I wanna put it on for like 1 minute to see what that does in terms of keeping heat in there.
Oh good. I just went and checked on the gummy bear on the stove, and the only difference that I can describe between the two is one seems happy about what's happening, and one doesn't. Good, yes,
got it more evenly crisped. Now, it might have hit that anyway, but I think it did help for the overall heat to have that closed for a bit. The sugar on the outside, as it cooks, you know, it just turns to carbon, and it's like a fluffy carbon, which I think is doing a decent job of insulating everything inside. However, given time, I do think all of it will heat up and melt and burn, and I don't actually know if it will all burn out, but I think eventually it will just turn into like flaky carbon that can just be like, probably blow on it and have it fly out.
Kind of like you would with an over-roasted marshmallow.
Yeah. So you can see there's still some like goo just boiling now. It's weird. I didn't think I saw that while it was on. As I exposed more goo, it actually lights on fire more.
Yes. I had to step back. It was actually coming up to about here, which is where I was. Neat. Well, should we just let it be on fire for a little while?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let's go look at the one on the stove.
Let's.
So the smell of cherry in the studio right now, normally it's even artificial cherries, the smell, I'm usually like, okay, yeah,
this is really strong.
I associate it with candy, but at this level, we've gone above strong cherry candy, strong cough drop, strong cough syrup, to nigh unbearable.
It's very potent.
It's amazing, really.
We've got our little mat here. I'm curious if all this cooking has like changed the form of this stuff, so I'm just gonna dribble some out here.
Accidentally melted gummy bears in my car like in the summer, but not to this consistency, not to boiling point.
I decided whipping it in the bowl was taking a little too long to cool down, so I've just got a little bit of liquid nitrogen. I'm gonna whip that into it. Oh, the stickiness has increased significantly as it cools.
High five.
No, I've got enough on me as it is. Please do not.
Yeah, I would say that yours went faster than mine.
That's the power of liquid nitrogen. It's the stickiest thing in the world. Like in the whole world, this is the stickiest thing.
We found it.
Flavor is pretty much the same.
Consistency.
But it does have air introduced into it, so it's like a foam.
I just made myself into a taffy pulling machine. This is honestly how a taffy pulling machine kind of works. The fingers, however, are not steel bars and are not meant to do this. Yeah, what do you think, Nate?
It is a weird texture, kind of in between gummy and taffy. I'm going to see if washing my hands does anything.
There's really only one solution now, Nate. We have to burn off our hands.
You can try that if you want, but it's slow, but this is working, so I'm going to stick to the water for now.
If marshmallows had a love child with gummy bears, this is what you would get. And it is delicious. And if there was some transport vehicle that was not in my hands to get it to my mouth, I would love this. Let's do a color comparison. They're pretty close. Mine is only slightly paler than Nate's. Nate's cooled, and so it got harder before it had more air introduced to it. So mine is actually stretchier. It's easier to pull because it's not quite as cold, but it did get more air introduced. So let's see exactly how much. Oh no, all of our hard work. This could be folded up in parchment paper. You could probably sell this.
It's like the consistency of warm Laffy Taffy. It's just not warm. Well, I want to try and freeze dry the gummy worm.
Yes.
And then while we're at that, we can also just try and freeze dry some of this.
Yes,
like
and what's left of the taffy. I want to touch it so bad.
It's just like gummy bears. There is like no gummy anything left at this point. I think we have entirely burned all the gummy up.
Well, now we know, guys. Gummy bears melt on the stove, burn in a foundry. No one is surprised, but we are very satisfied. Good news, we killed it.
Well, we certainly got some result. Oh, it's sticky. This obviously did not like expand and puff up the same as like a normal little gummy worm, which is kind of what we thought would happen because the bigger the stuff is, the less the heat is going to conduct through it and it's not going to change the same. All right, cross section here. So definitely some very dense stuff here in the center. It's squishier and like fluffier on the top, but still fairly rigid.
Guys, it is really hard to get through this much gummy in a freeze dryer.
So it's actually not that frozen. It's just super, super dense. That sounded so unhealthy.
I did it. This is like biting into a tire. Yeah, that is a fantastic.
It's so durable and like.
Would you like a delicious rubber band?
So this is the stuff that we just boiled. This is just melted gummy bear. And it's like still gummy and squishy on the top. The inside of this we got like the gummy bear freeze-dried texture where it just like turns into a crunchy foam. The top though is now like a squishy foam.
This was the stuff that both Nate and I had pulled. He added a little bit of liquid nitrogen. I just sat there pulling it the whole time. They got combined at some point, I think. This also got vacuum chambered, which explains why there's no bubbles left in it. But I can't think of anything this looks like more than melted, chewed bubble gum. So I have to. Okay. This absorbed the flavor, I think, of the vacuum pump or something. But out of everything here, it has the least offensive texture. Look at these. These look so delicious.
I have no idea if these will actually hold their shape or if these are now just like a very slow-moving liquid. Like a soft Laffy Taffy.
This is my new favorite texture of candy in the world. This stuff you bite into and it's satisfying because it just yips. And look how shiny and smooth these finishes are. Thank you to whoever sent us stuff from the Gummy Bear guy. It wasn't, as far as we know, the gummy bear guy who sent it, and if it was, correct us. We want to thank you. Also, what other weird random stuff do you want to see us put in the Foundry? Because this was a lot of fun. We did freeze dry some of it as well, but our Foundry needs some love, guys. Any ideas? Comments below. So gummy, I'm gonna die! Guys, that was a ton of fun, but you know, we've always got more for you to see. Hit that box up at the top for our most recent video, and we'll see you in the next one. Talk to you then.